This episode is sponsored by Zenro Clothing Co. Pick up your tees and or accessories at zenroclothingco.com and be sure to use offer code Socrates at checkout for 20% off select items. Also, if you're not into spending the money, just check out the Zenro radio playlist. zenroclothingco.com, music for your everyday. This episode also sponsored by The Pointy Bakery. If you're located in the pointy area of Scarborough, Toronto, be sure to check out The Pointy Bakery, say what's up to Arville, and pick up a donut or two. Baked daily, crafted with love. This episode also sponsored by Podbean. Podbean is the podcasting platform of choice. It's the one that me and Vish use, and is great, you know, if you're looking to start that DIY podcast yourself. Definitely check out Podbean. Use the link podbean.com/SocraticGamers and gain 1 month of unlimited podcasting for free. Test it out, build that content. Anyone could podcast, right, Vish?
Yep.
Start a podcast and get your ideas out there. All right, enjoy the episode. All right, before we get into the Epstein stuff, because I was getting like super excited about that and asking about it. One thing is so weird. I was like, I like text Wob this morning, and like, I don't know what it is. It's like I'm like in my feelings today about life, but not in like an existential, like sadness kind of way. You know, I'm always like, so what does it all mean? Whatever. Not like that. It's sort of like as we get older, people are like when we were a kid, and then all these fantasies, right? We're like, oh my God, I'm gonna do I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna be an astronaut. I'm gonna be right? And then like there comes a point where you're like, am I that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like when you create a fantasy. All right, all disclosure, I was talking to Chad about this because I was like, I don't understand this. And like, he's so great, Chad, not really he, but like, I call him Chad. It's so good because it's like, I was also like, it's kind of like a journal. Because like a lot of people, they get all like psyched, not psyched, they get like psychoses from this. Because they're like, oh my God, you're my best friend, you know me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I'm not like that, bro. I'm like, okay, calibrate this for me. What does this mean? Analyze this, spit it back to me in like systemic language, right? That I can like understand. It's like systems language. And yeah, I was just like talking about like the separation between fantasy and reality, right? Because I was thinking about how when we were kids, everything's like on the table. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then like when you grow up, the point is like, did it come to fruition or not? And one thing that he brought up, and I was like, oh, I didn't think of it this way. Like when I was systematizing those like thoughts, like, okay, well, if you do this, you probably do this. And then like, okay, you could become this way, like those fantasy talks, right? They became like a blueprint for me. Right. Whereas because I was like trying to like figure it out, just like everything. I'm like, well, how does it work? Like, okay, like TriStar is the best gym, so I got to go to TriStar. You know what I'm saying? Like you figure out the steps and you just do the steps.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whereas like he was saying that most people use those talks as reassurance. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about it like that, because like in my mind, I like also my dad was kind of like, show me, don't tell me kind of thing. So it was like, I couldn't just come to him with a fantasy. Like there had to be some like plan. Even when I was like going through those years of like martial arts, I was like, well, no, this is the plan. He's like, okay, I could see the plan. Go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? But if I was just like a bum, you'd be like, what are you doing, bro? Just like my mom, like you'd be like, what are you doing? But like if I can come with a coherent plan and it's like, okay, this is my plan of attack. I'm going to do this. Right. And they're like, okay, sounds good. Do it. And they'll support me till the very end. You know what I'm saying? And like that is, I think that's the differentiation point. It's like, it's not just accountability. Because remember we were talking like, what is the thing? Like what holds people back? And it's like, oh, self-accountability. And I'm like, I don't know if it's self-accountability. Well, Chad says it's systems. You build systems in a way that like you fall to the level of your systems. So for example, I'm afraid of like doctor and dentist. I'm not afraid anymore, which is like, I never thought I'd outgrow that. But like the way I systematize is like, okay, that's the time slot for then. Okay, what are the steps I need to do? Okay, as long as I get all these steps in order, what is there to fear? There's gonna be no pain. So just follow the steps sequentially. You know what I mean? It's like I make it into a process. I don't like over-grandize it. It's like, okay, go buy the numbing cream. Bought the numbing cream. All right, what's next on the checklist? Okay, look for the thing. Okay, look for the time slot. All right, book it. Okay, cool. It's slotted in. Don't need to think about it until the time I need to go in. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's like if you build a strong system around it, like finances too, like you're like, oh, like I'm making this amount of money. How much should I slot towards like savings and like debt repayment, stuff like that, right? It's like they just become systems, you know? And then you don't have to think about it because the more bandwidth you have thinking about, the more bandwidth you're using to solve those problems, they don't allow you to execute on the system.
Right.
Does that
Yeah.
make
Yeah. Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, why am I thinking about simple things? Like, why is fear taking so much bandwidth away, like fear of a needle that I won't even feel, taking so much bandwidth away? Oh, it's because you're not like
Hmm.
secured in the plan. So let's just create a good plan and we'll just follow the steps of the plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So like there's that. Okay. And then there's like knowing yourself. Because you also don't even need to do that. But like I think the differentiation point I'm trying to make here is like there's like fantasy football and there's football players,
Hmm.
right? And then there are people who know they don't want to play football,
Yeah. Right.
right? Okay, you get what I'm saying? Okay, cool. So like you have always been somebody that's like, I don't want to play football. You're like, hey, Vish, let's go travel. Nah, I'm gonna like work and do this.
Hmm.
Remember like 2012, right? You're like, no, I just got this job. I'm not gonna blow it on that. I was like, it's kind of dumb, like whatever. And I was like, no, let's keep going, bro. And then you're very content of just watching me keep going. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Whereas like, whereas like in the arena of competitors, when you have like fantasy football and football players, it's like that becomes a weird dynamic. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And whereas like if we're not playing, like let's say you're playing tennis and I'm playing football.
Hmm.
I don't want to play tennis, bro. I will cheer you like, yeah, go keep playing tennis. And you don't want to play football. So you're like, yeah, keep playing football.
Right.
Different lanes, but we're not like pretending we're trying to play the other one's sport.
Odd time to talk about football, but yeah.
Oh, why?
The Super Bowl today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no. I saw that in my feed, but I was like, I thought it already passed. Somebody was like, last weekend? I'm like, oh, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I
Mhm.
didn't know. Oh, cool. Oh, the Bad Bunny thing. And then
Yeah.
the
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
what was that? Good Charlotte is playing? Oh no, not Good
I don't know
Charlotte.
who
Green
else
Day?
playing. I don't know.
Anyways, but yeah, all right. Well, perfect time to bring up this analogy.
Hmm.
But like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it's so weird because I'm like, I don't feel I don't feel like a like we're not in the same lane. But I don't think we need to be in this. I don't think people need to be in the same lane. I think they just need to build their own systems and like be honest about what it is that they're trying to achieve.
Hmm. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like a lot of people are just lying and you're like, oh my God, bro. And then like one thing Chad was saying is like, your systems are auditable. Like me. So
Hmm.
it's like
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
I'm
I
like, oh,
understand.
yeah, I really like martial arts. And they're like, well, where do you train? And it's like, I go to TriStar, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, dude, that's like the toughest gym. Like, yeah, that's why I'm going there. It's like
Hmm.
you want to roll, we could roll, bro. Whereas like other people like, where do you want to train? Where do you train? It's like, oh, I go to like my like this like random one that like I don't know where his certification comes from. You know what I mean? Kind of
Just
thing.
local, maybe. Just yeah, just something that's easier to get to. Not really looking to.
Which is
Yeah.
totally fine. Totally
Right.
fine. Totally fine if you want to do that. But what I'm saying is like it's like I'm like, that's cool that you want to play at that level. But I think it's just we need to all know that we're all at different levels and like be accepting,
Oh yeah.
not
Yeah. Yeah.
not like
I
not not
understand.
no, but like upset self accepting.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Whereas like you're like, oh, I don't want to play football, and I'm like, I don't want to play tennis.
Hmm.
So it's like self accepting. Or it's like, no, I could play tennis, bro. Watch me. It's like, okay, come.
Right. Yeah.
You,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's like, and that's just been like that's why I like Tex Walk because I'm like I love what he posts about his like family because I'm like it lets me know that you're like you're not complaining because how many people have I met who are just like don't have kids, bro. Oh my God, don't have kids. Like, and then like people who are like having kids now, they're like, yo, it sucks. And I'm like, I knew that it was gonna suck, bro. Like, you know. But like Wob's like, yeah, he never said it sucked. But you can just, he's tired, bro. But it's fine because he's like, yeah, but this is what I accept.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like my body's broken from no, it's not broken, but like I'm like exhausted from jujitsu or like I'm time strapped from jujitsu. It's like, yeah, that's the cost. I'm not complaining about it. It's like just that's just what you cost, you know?
Right.
Whereas like I don't like I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like that line in Fast and Furious where it's like don't get in the ring with Tyson if you just because you think you can box.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I think I do. Yeah, I think.
And it's just that rift is so aggravating for me. Because it's not like this. Like, all right, I've been seeing all these memes recently, and like people like, all right, so there's the memes of like your biggest hater, your biggest friends. So random people will just support you unconditionally. They don't even know you, bro. And I'm
Right.
like, yeah, but like your friends will be like look at him trying, or like, oh, look, da da da, you know, and you're like, I'm not saying that this is happening. I'm just saying it's like
I
this
don't
is
feel
an
like that.
example.
I
Yeah.
get. I know. I've heard of that thing, but I don't think that's a real friend. Then
That's what I'm trying to say. No,
that's not
no,
a.
and that's what I'm trying to say. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm like, because you're not playing football, Vish. I'm not
Mm,
playing tennis. And that's the difference. It's like I can message Walt. Like if I had a family and I secretly hated my family, I'm not gonna message Walt and be like, it looks like you're living with your family, like you're winning, bro, with your family. Because why?
mm,
I'd feel bad about my family because I'm like, dude, I don't feel that way. You know what I
right.
mean? Whereas like, or like you, like let's say you do something and then I'm like, oh, that's sick, bro. Or like I do something, you're like, oh, that's sick. But like if you are it's like resentment shows itself in subtle ways and you don't even know you're resentful, but your nervous system knows you're resentful.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, I've totally switched to like nervous system talk because like the reason why I got over the injection and like the dentist is
Hmm.
Chad was like, it's nervous system. Your nervous system is like fight or flight all the time. Right. So what we have to do is we have to program your nervous system through these steps of like, okay, just like procedural and where it becomes boring. Because if it come become boring for you, then there's no novelty, there's no fear. It's like, oh, I just have to do that. He's like, it'll start to feel like, oh, you have to get your taxes done. You're like, oh, I gotta get my taxes done. Damn. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Right.
it's not like, oh my God, I gotta my taxes done. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You're just like,
Hmm.
okay, I gotta do that. Damn. Yeah, it's true. You know?
Yeah.
It just becomes like tedious.
It's
So
normal.
like,
Yeah.
right. And I've realized that through this work that I've done personally, I'm like, oh, this is how it's done. To change anything, you have to like reset your nervous system to the level you want it at. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
like, okay, if I'm afraid of needles, so like my nervous system's high, okay, I gotta bring it down. How do I bring it down? In those situations.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I've seen so many health people online, like, here's a quick nervous system reset. And it's like, what's the tip? Like, take a hot bath. I'm like, thanks, tips. Like, yeah, it's not gonna I'm not gonna be like nervous of the freaking blood work and then I'm gonna be taking a hot bath. Like, it makes no sense, you know? I need like tools in the situation,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, but I think that that's what we all are, bro. I'm like spewing because I was like just talking to Chad right before this. I'm like, oh my God, dude, my mind's blowing. I just gotta get it out. So like, those are the things. It's like resentment shows itself in subtle ways. Fantasy football players and football players are different because a football player is auditable, and then we don't have to play the same sports.
Hmm.
I think those are like the main takeaways that I've noticed when it comes to like social interactions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like what you said, I think the thing is like not that they're not your real friends who like don't support you. I think it's more of like triggering. I think it's like they want to play football, but they're fantasy football players.
Hmm.
And they're just like, oh, why are you doing that? Why can you do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get that. Yeah. I understand. I'm just saying that though. I don't think the word friend would apply. I don't think
No, yeah, true. Okay,
that's what I'm
fair.
trying
You know what?
to. I agree with that, and I think it's just a definition. Then it's not a friend, right? That's not a. That I wouldn't come. I wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah,
use
yeah,
that
yeah,
as a
yeah.
friend term.
Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, fair. Okay. True. True.
But
Well,
that's the
what is the
definition.
definition of a friend? What is the definition of a friend? Like I would say we're friends, but we're friends because like we respect each other's separation.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm not trying to do your thing, bro. You're not trying to do my thing.
Right.
Or if you were trying to do my thing, that'd be amazing. I'd love you
Sure.
to come do my thing, so
Sure.
it's lonely. You know what I mean? Like I'd love it if you did it, but it's like you're not. So I'm like, all right, cool. You've already set the boundary. You've been like, no. I'm like, cool. All right.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
like, so then what constitutes a friend is like, what is, you know what's weird? People are like, oh, I have so many friends, blah, blah, blah. It's like, have you ever like delved into the definition of a friend? Like, what is a friend to you? But
Well, I
you
mean,
know what I'm saying?
that's the whole thing about the whole Facebook and having all these the friend number thing. They're not really
Thank
friends.
you,
They're just
bro.
acquaintances. Like, when do you
Yes.
talk to this person?
For real, bro. For real.
Yeah.
Okay. So, one of the coaches at the TriStar added me on Instagram and I was like, crap, bro. Cause I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I know that like when I'm doing martial arts, bro, I am locked in. Serious. Like Tara was like, you have a weird separation of your online self and your personal self, right? And she's like, your online self is your personal self. But
Mm-hmm.
in social situation, like I'm loud. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I'm talking to you, like I'm excitable,
Sure. Yeah.
loud.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
check this out. You know, right? Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like when you meet me in person, I am quiet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, because we're serious, bro. Like we are doing this thing. We
Mm-hmm.
we are doing this thing. Like, why are we gonna chat about? And that's kind of why I like TriStar. Like other gyms are about building community, but this place is about building like skill.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like I'm like the reason why I was like, oh crap, you added me. Because it's like I'm gonna look loud, but in person I'm very quiet. And I'm like, I'm not trying to hang out with you, bro. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I stayed after class yesterday and like I was getting taught these sick moves. And like the UFC, I text you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like the UFC dude, he was like, good shit, Herbal. Yeah, man. And like, the fact that you call me Herbal, you don't know me, bro. I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's not my name, you know?
Sure.
You know what I mean? But like, so we were like deconstructing moves. And then like, as soon as the lesson was done, I was like, yo, what do you think about this move? Da, 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 da. And he was making it better. And I'm like, all right, cool. All right, have a great day. And I just left. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't lingering. I wasn't like, what are you doing after this, bro? You guys in training camp? You know what I mean? Like, you see those types of people, and I'm like, ugh, bro, let me just get out of here. Because like, if we weren't training together, I wouldn't know you, bro.
Right.
Like, you know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we might down the line find out we like the same anime or like blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Something like that. But it's not like I don't like this is a squared box, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's
Mm-hmm.
like work. When people are like trying to hang out with you at work, like I'm like, I just don't know you like that, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's always a consequence. It's like when people are like, oh, you can be honest to HR. It's like, no, HR works for the company, bro. Like you can't be honest to
Yeah. Yeah.
HR.
Yeah. Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I hate this person. And they're like, well, you're getting written up for hate speech. You know what I mean? Like, oh, damn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thought we were friends. It's like, no, I work for the company, bro. You know?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why, like, to me, it's like weird when you have like, like you can share spaces. It's like, yeah, do you want to get a drink? Yeah, totally fine. Yeah, you want to have this conversation? Yeah, totally fine. But like, really ask yourself outside of work, would you still talk to this person? Like, let's say 5 years down the line, you guys get two different jobs. Will you still talk to them?
Oh, you
You
can
know what I
already.
mean?
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
already tell from people that have left. Let's say that you or colleagues that used to work with you, and now that they've moved on. You
Yeah.
still talk to them.
Right. And I think that like this is what Chad was saying. Like again, great reflection. What Chad was like. He's like, I'm actually. I said this to Chad, and he's like, that's actually pretty correct. I'm like, you're like a journal that speaks back. But like, because like usually I'd have to come up with these like realizations by like meditation or like reading books, talking to you, and I'm like, oh, dude, that's it. But then like Chad's like, hey, I have the infinite internet here, and I
Mm-hmm.
understand psychologies, and you know what I mean, and like can give you the correct phrasing you need, right?
Yeah.
That's why I love it. I'm like, it's the biggest hack, bro. Like, if you want to optimize your life, like, use it on chat. Don't like ask it how to do stupid things. Like, make your life better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so like, one thing that Chad was saying is like, you're so clear that you can be sharp. What I mean is like, the sword of clarity that I like cut, it's like that's fake. It's
Hmm.
like, ooh, that can hurt a lot of people because you're swinging a sword.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's like, you need to you need to smooth the blade.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because like people can't like we just said, it's like, well, think about the people you haven't worked with in a while. Like you still talk to them? No? All right, so they weren't a friend. And
Hmm.
to me and you, it's like, yeah, cut, boom, like cut truth, you know? But like
Yeah, yeah.
people, when you say that to them, they're like, ah, that's ooh, harsh.
True. Right, I get that. Yeah, yeah, I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's why sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I should say this. I'll save it for Vish because like, I can say it to you and you're gonna be like, yeah, that's true. And we're just both swinging swords. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, yeah.
But like if you listen to this podcast, you'll be like, you're probably gonna shut it off. Most people triggered, but shut it off.
Hmm.
Like, what do you mean fakeness? What do you mean fantasy football? Turn this off. What do they know about? You know what I mean? And then they're gonna be looking at it like, what do they know? You know?
Right.
What is the definition of success?
Of success.
Because like I've heard this, or let me drop two things: success and responsibility.
Hmm.
Because those are the two excuses I always hear, where it's like, oh, must be nice. Must be nice you have all that free time. You don't have any responsibility. I got responsibilities, bro. And I'm like, what does that mean?
Well, that's jealousy. That's,
You right? It's like a mirror of like
yeah, that's
they're
something
like
else. Yeah,
it's like why'd you say that?
yeah.
Well, must be nice. I got real responsibilities. What are your responsibilities, bro? I gotta take care of this thing. You chose that.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, I gotta pay for this mortgage. You have one. What don't you say? We don't try to say. It's like something like that. And then you're like, well, you chose that though, you know? Or
Yeah.
like, I gotta pay for like these 7 cars and these kids and these like big house. And like that's real responsibility. That's growing up. And you're like, well, I don't want to grow up then. 'Cause
Hmm.
growing
Hmm.
up sounds like you made bad decisions and now you're living with those bad decisions, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's yeah, that's a jealousy thing. I think that should be more of a be doing more of a reflection. You shouldn't be getting mad at somebody else.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Or like it's not mad. They won't be mad at you. They won't be mad at you.
It's
They won't
yeah,
they
what do you
won't
call that? It's like
respond. They'll like it'll be subtle. They'll be like little jabs.
it's a
It'll be like
microaggression kind of thing.
microaggressions, yeah. They need some DEI training, bro. Like, no, yeah. No, I agree with you, yeah. Like that is what it is. It's like subtle. And
Hmm.
you're like, ooh, you feel bad about that. Why do you
Hmm.
feel bad about that?
Yeah.
You know? And
Yeah,
it's
I think
because
those kinds of
yeah.
responses tell you that already. You should. I think that should be reflected on, like how you respond to something. As you said, like that's um that's a reactionary response, something that you don't like. There's a reason why
Yeah.
you don't like it.
And you should ask yourself, why do you like it, bro?
Yeah.
Like I like if if somebody was like, yo, I did this, my response would be like, and I want to get there, I'd be like, how'd you do that? I
Hmm.
wouldn't be like, well, must be nice you have time.
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
like, okay, how did you structure your life in a way that gave you time?
right.
Like, what are you doing in your off hours? How can
Hmm.
I adjust my life in those ways, right?
Yeah.
But like that's why it goes back to systems. It's like you need to build structured systems so that you can free up bandwidth, bro.
Hmm.
It's like a company. It's like that's why you hire a bunch of different people to do like the CEO is not doing accounting, bro. He's like, that's your job, so I can free myself up to do other things.
Yeah.
You know, we should treat our lives like that.
Hmm.
Like, if I can systematize parts of my life that become super easy, then like the things will fall into place and I won't even have to try. It becomes effortless at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so for example, so I got back my blood results and they're a little wonky, right? But I kind of knew that like they weren't unhealthy, but they were not where an ND would like them to be healthy. And through the conventional system, like they're like, you're fine. And then Tara's like, well, this is our medical system so weird. But like under her thing, she'd be like, this is gonna pose a long-term problem.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It's trending in a bad direction. Let's get it on course. Whereas like the doctor's like, you're not there yet. So it's not a problem. You know what I mean?
That wasn't my experience, but again,
Oh, really? Eh?
no, no, no. Yeah, that's he's
Well, I
like
don't know the
you
family
should
doctor,
watch
right?
these. Like this number is ticking up. Watch on your the rice intake or cholesterol stuff.
No, but it's like systems though. It's like did they give you systems?
What do you mean they give me system?
Like like um like like they gave you a solution.
Yeah, they were explaining
Oh,
why
interesting.
what are these numbers
Okay.
are, and a little bit because they can't give you directly what to do because that's not their job, right? They're to
Oh,
explain to you
okay.
the numbers
Yes,
that
yes,
these
yes.
numbers are ticking up. Or your B12 is low.
Mm.
B12 has effects on memory, things like that. That's what some researchers are showing.
Oh,
So,
you have a good
take.
doctor, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my experience has been like that, right? Or your iron is coming low. Do you eat a lot of red meat? I don't really eat red meat, so okay, you can do this option or something, right? Um, and something else was ticking up, not above the number, but it's getting there. So just watch these things. So
Yes.
those are good. That's my experience.
Okay, okay, okay. So that's great. Yeah, yeah. Like walk-ins, they I guess they just don't even care. So like so Tara was the one who was able to give me that information, what you just said. But
Hmm.
then with her like experience and like nutrition stuff, I opened the like the Lose It app again, where it's like I set markers like benchmarks of like how many calories I need to have, how much saturated fat I can have, how much like carbs I can have, how much fiber. You know what I mean? So it becomes video gamed or like systematized.
Hmm.
So like when people look at it, they're like, "Oh, you're like hyper tracking." I'm like, "No, I just don't want to waste bandwidth." I'm like, what can I eat this today? Oh, it's gonna mess me up later.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like
So
you have like
how are you gonna remember everything? Like this is a good way to keep
that's
track. It's not
that's what I'm saying,
like
bro.
I would forget
Exactly.
what I ate yesterday, right?
Exactly. And like, but if you track it all the time, remember when I used to track everything?
Hmm.
And like I lost all that weight, right? And like it was it was not in a healthy way because I didn't know what the numbers meant. All I knew was low calories equals loss of weight. Okay.
Hmm.
But I'm not trying to like drop weight intensely. I'm trying to get those numbers to the good place. You know what I'm saying? So like I need to know how much saturated fat to have, how much fiber I should be intaking, how much protein I should be intaking, right? So like I highly recommend like if you're listening to this, the Lose It app. You have to pay for like the higher tier of it, but like I have like little rings that I hit. So like every time I like scan the thing, it's like it just moves the ring. It's like, okay, I have um like 7 grams of saturated fat left that I can eat. So then I look
Hmm.
at the back, I'm like, okay, this is like 20 grams saturated fat. I can't eat that one. You know what I mean? Like it becomes like easier,
Sure.
you know? Because you're just like you're freeing up bandwidth, bro.
Hmm.
Like we need to create you literally fall to the level of the systems you create. If you have no systems in place, it's like you're just like you're blind, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, I
Right.
think this will work. And then like 5 years down the line, you're like, oh, it didn't work.
Well, that's how things were, right? That's why the world is a system.
Yes, yes, but we don't. I think this is the key to success. I
Hmm.
think, all right, well, no. What is success is different than what is the key to success. I'm saying the key to success is systems. You
Hmm.
just need to know how to like allocate certain things, bro.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You know, it's like let's say like 10 years, 20 years down the line, I get like a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. How'd you do that? I just I just went every day and I made
Mhm.
sure I was eating healthy and like blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like if you're just blindly doing it, like, oh, I'm gonna go today. Oh, I'm not gonna go today. I'm gonna go next week. Oh, I'm not gonna this like, bro, I don't think it'll happen for you.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 Right.
Okay, so what is success? We define responsibility, which is like actually we didn't define
Mm.
responsibility. What is responsibility? We 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 define like people getting upset at you about
Sure. Yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think in the traditional
Responsibilities.
terms,
Yeah.
like our the traditional terms is like when people say it, it's really just a phrase they use because they're upset at the
Yeah. Yeah.
inefficient system that they've
Hmm.
created,
Hmm.
right? But like, what is a responsibility,
It's whatever's in your life, that your situation that you're dealing with. That's your
right?
responsibility. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, are you paying your bills? Are you eating properly? Are you? Is
Yeah.
that it?
It depends on where you're at in your life. Yeah. Whatever your job, not the job in the sense of making money job, but like who you're in that society or in your family, like what is your position, kind of thing.
Like
These are your
what are you accountable
responsibilities.
for?
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
Like
fair.
it
It's like being
includes all those kind of
yeah.
things. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, fair. I will go with that one. Yeah, I agree. Like responsibility is like what yeah, you're accountable for. It's like me being a marketer. It's like you need to create these like website things. I'm like, yeah, that's my responsibility. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
like extrapolated to daily life, it's like there are certain things you are accountable for and you need to do those things,
Hmm.
you know? All right, so then what is success? No, wait, sorry. So when people say like, "Oh, well, I have real responsibilities," it's like we all have responsibilities, bro.
Yeah.
But like your responsibilities are contained to the system that you created.
Hmm.
So maybe you have an inefficient system. Maybe you create a system you don't even like, and that's why you're using that as like a negative.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
You know? Okay, cool. So what is success?
Success is reaching the goals that you want.
Okay, what if you are like, I want to be Jeffrey Epstein?
Hmm.
So is he successful? You know what I mean? It's like, or like, I want to live on the street. Are you successful?
Yeah, I guess in a way, yeah.
You're psychologically successful, but
Hmm.
are you successful? You
So
know
it
what I mean? Because
depends.
like,
Yeah, it depends. Are you looking at it, yeah, societally or individually?
all right, fair. Um, I will say success to me is being independent and um and happy with your situation,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
Because if you were draining something else, then how like that is like you might be like I'm successful. Like I climbed a V4. I'm successful. You're like okay, but you're like not successful. You know what I mean? You're like other aspects of your life are trash, but
Yeah, yeah.
you climb. You know what I'm
Again,
saying? Like what does success mean?
yeah, that is what I'm saying. Where it comes down, that's there's a bigger word for success, and those are like individual points of success, I guess.
Right. Exactly. Those are like hyper specific goal oriented successes.
Hmm.
But I'm wondering like, all right, if
Success
you
of
look at a
life.
yeah, that's what I mean. So like if you look at a bum on the street, you're like, oh, they're successful. Really?
Hmm.
Or you look at like somebody else and you're like, oh, they're successful. But like they're I'm not like saying you're like, oh, you're mega rich, like Lucky Palmer Lucky. I don't want to say Elon Musk anymore because like craziness. So like Palmer Lucky, I'm like, oh, you're successful, but you're like also like a multi-billionaire, bro. That's like uber successful.
Sure.
I'm saying like, what's like a normative level of success that we can all be like, yeah, that's achievable.
I don't know. What would you say?
I think I think it's I think it's independence and being stress free
Hmm.
because you
Stress
can be
free. Okay.
stress free is an important one, right? So
Hmm.
you can be independent, but you're like always on the clock. You know, like those like late night lawyers that work 15 hours a day, bro, and you're like, oh my God, like they have no quality of life.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
no. All right. Independent with a good quality of life.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Because like if you are
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I agree with that.
right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like, all right, so like the first part, independence, you're like, you're not utilizing someone else for your quality of life.
Hmm.
You are able to stand on your own. Like as a unit, like, once you're married, it's like technically it's two of you. So like,
Sure.
sure.
Yeah.
But and then the second part is like, um, yeah, quality of life. It's like, are you doing the things you want to do? Like, do you have time to do the things you want to do? Because like, yeah, of course we all have 9 to 5s, bro. I am 9 to 5. But I'm like on social media. I'm like going jujitsu. I'm climbing. There's things. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? There's a funny line that Tara said where it's like, poor people and rich people. No. Yeah. So okay. So poor people and rich people essentially have the exact same life, but we're cool if they're rich, and it's not cool if you're poor. So think about this. I could do whatever I want, bro. Like I'm just in the middle of the day, I'm going jujitsu all day. It's like that's cool if you're rich. That's
Hmm.
not cool if you're poor, because then you're like, you should probably not just focus too much on jujitsu, bro. That's a lot of jujitsu. Like, how's your life?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if like I'm like living in a like a lot of jujitsu teachers were like this though. They'd like Chris Burns. He like lived in the closet of his jujitsu place
Hmm.
because he had no like home. And he was just
Yeah,
teaching
yeah,
all day, and they don't make a lot of money, bro. So it's like, ooh,
yeah. Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, that's not successful. To me, that's not successful,
Right, right.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
But like, all your bills are paid, your kids are happy, wife's happy, whatever, and then you're at jujitsu in the middle of the day, I'm like, damn, you must be successful, bro. Like, how'd you
Hmm.
do this?
Sure.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
There's one guy that was like killing all of us in jujitsu at like 10th Planet, and he's like this Asian dude, and then I found out he was at the UFT grappler place, and then I was at TriStar, and then somebody mentioned him. I'm like, dude, I know that guy. He's so good. And I'm like, yeah, he's always traveling doing jujitsu. I'm like, is he a student? I thought he was a student. I'm like, how do you have so much free time? No, he's like a graphic designer who works virtually. So he'll travel to like jujitsu gyms and just do his
Hmm.
work on the side. And I'm like, that's cool, bro. That's a success. If you were a student and doing this, I'd be like, where are you getting all your money from, bro? Unless you have like rich parents. Like, I don't know.
Right,
You know what
right.
I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then that's a drain. You're not successful. You're just like dependent on your parents,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know?
Sure.
Yeah. So would you agree? Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I
what
would
you
agree with that.
constitute
Yeah.
success, right? Yeah. And I think that those are like the main things we all argue over. Those are the excuses everyone uses. Oh, I have no responsibilities, you know?
Hmm.
Or oh, I'm successful, you're not successful. Because like, all right, so like would you say like imagine because like on the outside, you could be like, I have like 5 cars, 2 kids, a giant house. I'm successful. And then you look at their bank account, you're like, oh, dude, you're drowning, bro.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
like, are you success? You see what I mean?
Hmm.
You get it?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then like, then you see that, and then you see all the bills are paid too. You're like, oh, you're successful.
Hmm.
So it's like, I don't want the veneer of success. I just want like what really comes with success.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the sword. Like again, it's like fantasy football or a football player, bro.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know? Does that mean like,
No, I don't think that's me. I think a lot of people would agree with that. I think that
but it's
makes
like,
sense.
why are we using that as fodder? Why are we all like battling each other on these like two things, bro?
Yeah, that's just humans.
Bro, for real though. Honestly, I'm losing faith in humanity. I'm just saying, like, ooh, all
That depends on
right,
what you watched. Or not. I don't want to say watch, but it depends on how you look at it. Uh, like which group you're following, I guess.
fair, fair. Okay, so good transition into this one. Not Epstein yet, but I watch this anime, Vinland Saga. Have you
Hmm.
ever heard of it?
Probably not.
Okay, so I'm like almost done the second season. It's only 2 seasons long. And basically what it's about, shout out Chad, because you gave me the suggestion. He's been so on point. But it's about the Norse and like
Hmm.
it's not like Japanese. It's like an anime, but it's based off of like Norse mythology and like the Nordics. Actually, it's like Greenland, where the guy's from, which is like kind of funny because like of the issue with Greenland right now. And basically it's about his journey of becoming like he's trying to avenge his father, and then he becomes a slave later in life. Okay, his father like was like killed in this battle, but basically it's showing you how barbaric like the times were back then. They would just
Oh
kill
yeah.
people like no tomorrow. Like Shogun, or like what are those other shows you like? Um, during that time period of like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
where you know what I mean? It's like so callous, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
They
I
just
mean, like
cut people's
even
heads off.
look at the remember this Ichibuz was telling about that story about the monks in
No,
Genghis Khan, that
no.
the fortress that they were in, like he killed everyone, like he just slaughtered them all.
Okay, exactly, bro. And that
Yeah, the
is
Valley of the Screams or something like that. I forgot the name of the place now.
damn.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, yeah. So humans are capable of that, bro.
Hmm.
And it's like when I watched Vinland Saga, I was like, oh, I lost all faith in humanity. They're just cutting people's ears off. There was like slaves, and then they're like, what do you know, slave? Cut off the ear. And you're like, oh, that really happened though.
Hmm.
Okay. And then now look at like that is how we formed, and now we're trying to be civil.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there was like murders, there was
This
like
is only recent
worshiping of
time that we're like this. Like, I mean,
yep, yeah, yeah.
World War
Keep
II
going, keep
wasn't
going.
that long ago.
Yeah. No, no, for real, right?
Yeah.
And like how long ago was like just like slavery? How long ago was slavery?
I don't even
It's like
think
you're
that
not here.
even really ended for like this. I would say 50s, 60s, maybe.
Right. And before then it was like forever, right?
Yeah.
And then they were like cutting off ear and they weren't even a different race. They were just
Actually,
like
I wouldn't even say slavery's
yeah,
done. It's still there in certain parts of the world.
yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. And in Vinland Saga, they weren't even like it wasn't like blacks against whites. It was literally like you are from Greenland or you're from Denmark and our Britannia has taken you over.
Hmm.
So now you are our slave, right? And like just the way that they would just treat them. And it's like, but that is human nature. And that's how we've operated for most of humanity.
Yeah.
Like, no, really, though. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
that's
Yeah.
so common,
Yeah.
you know? Okay. Is it any wonder about what we found out in the Epstein files? Because I was, so this is my framework. I'm like, the Epstein files are crazy. But that's because I'm coming at it from this era. When I watched Vinland Saga, I'm like, oh, those are all the things Epstein was doing.
Yeah.
Dismembering people, selling slaves, underage slavery,
Hmm.
raping, pillaging,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
doing backroom deals. Like in Vinland Saga, they talk about like he poisoned his brother in order to get the crown, and then like
Hmm.
so his brother was the king of one place, he was the king of the other, but he wanted both, so he poisoned his brother, and then his mind was being like, oh, you're gonna be cursed now, and then he's like, well, what's the curse? And it's like
There was
he
even
just like
a like yeah, that's all true. Even the recent one, well, relative recent one with I don't know if you remember Kim Jong Un killing his brother at that airport.
no.
At that airport.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, that wasn't that reason. I thought it was like last week or something. What?
No,
No, that
no.
was
I
like
mean,
a
it's
couple like
pretty
2 years
recent
ago.
in the sense
Yeah,
of
yeah, in the
last
time
10 years.
frame. Yeah, true, true, true. Yeah, so it's like they're still operating like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's like, are we just coming at it from a moral high ground of like we shouldn't be like this? But it's like, but this is how it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, yeah. We're
You know what I mean?
battling
It's
that.
almost
Yeah.
like right is like we were sold an illusion of what peace and prosperity was. Like, so Sean Ryan, I sent you the podcast. It's really long. I bought the book actually. I'm gonna read it. And it was titled like Are We the Bad Guys? And remember like before we were talking like, is US the bad guy? In
Hmm.
that like podcast, like, are they actually bad? And then this guy like wrote a book on it. And basically what he's saying is like when you go around the world, you get a weird sense of like peace that you don't have in America. He was like, I was like in he was like, I was in like France and I was in like this other place and I felt like safe. Then I come back to like Chicago and I'm like, ooh, like better watch what I'm doing. He's like, is that how peace should be? You know? And then like other people being like, oh, I don't like Americans. Like, is that how peace should be?
Hmm.
You know? And he's saying that like the general perspective on a global scale is that people will be nice to Americans because they have the biggest stick. But as soon as they've lost, people don't care because the Americans do whatever they want. You know, they went
Hmm.
into like Afghanistan and all that stuff, right? 9/11, Venezuela, right?
Sure.
And it's like that is their stance. And I feel like through we've been propagandized to believe that there is peace. And I think that with the Epstein files, you're realizing like there just isn't peace, bro. Like
Hmm.
we are humans who've been doing like negative things forever.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with. I don't think that America is there to necessarily, I would say, it's there's other people. I'm not saying America's there to keep peace. America, there's always bad moves that America does too. Um, but in general, it's they have the biggest stick. They can control the narrative,
Right,
right? But if
right,
they don't, someone else will. Well,
right, 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 right. Okay, and what he okay, along those lines, what are you saying is like it's because they're an empire now. They don't want to be considered an empire, but they are an empire is like you go around and you like take things and you convert people to your way of life. Okay.
Hmm.
It was like kind of negative. The last empire was like the British Empire, right? But they did so much massacring in order to get to where they are, you
Hmm.
know? And then America was supposed to be like the shining star on the hill, like we're not an empire, blah blah. We left the British to blah blah, right? And it's like you just became what you hated,
Hmm.
right? And that's basically what he's saying. And I'm like, maybe it's just like empires are not the move, bro. It's global commerce. Let's just work with like buying and selling.
Hmm.
But then Sean Ryan will be like, but then I don't want our enemies to have the war power. So how do you balance it all?
Well, that's the problem. Is we have countries.
Ooh,
The issue.
interesting. Okay. But
Before
like
there
but
was
how
no this ideology or this patriotism that never existed. Like it was more like part of someone's monarch, someone's king, which is only a territory, but people were able to move around. This idea of
true.
nationalism did not
Ooh.
happen until, well, I don't want to say that this is the only reason, but it seems like today's modern ways is didn't happen until France killed their monarch.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, okay. Actually, what you're saying is tracking with Vinland Saga. Because like they have yeah, kings that they follow, and it's like you can desert. You're just like, I'm joining that king, bro.
Hmm.
There was no paperwork. There was no like
No,
countries of like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
immigration. It's like,
No,
no, no, I'm joining that king because they're a better king, bro.
right.
And they would keep going and just keep following different kings.
Hmm.
But I guess in a way that's kind of like countries, but like there's more bureaucracy and legislation now.
It was more about if you believe in the cause, right? You can be like a
Yeah, yeah,
blind
yeah. True.
full follower of a leader, but if you don't think that this guy's a good leader, which now
True.
it's
Okay,
more
okay,
like
fair.
nationalism. What is nationalism? There's no person there, right?
So you think that we should go back to kingdoms?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that these are issues that came about now that we've got countries.
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Like it's we're in a different field and we haven't
Yeah,
figured out how to navigate that field.
yeah.
That's actually what the guy was saying too about like is America the bad guy? That podcast with Sean Ryan. He was like, we have to navigate our way forward in this changing world, but because we haven't changed, you know?
Hmm.
And it's like, are we facing a new reality? I think so. You know?
Hmm.
Like we didn't have the internet. Our globalization is at an all-time high. We are not facing the old world anymore. Like okay,
Right.
like Vinland Saga. We're not like on boats. We're not following kings. Like we have information readily at our
Hmm.
readily at our
Hmm. Yeah,
fingertips.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I think this fall of America that we're seeing is just a natural progression towards a new system that we need to orient ourselves towards given the new terrain,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Because like it's like yeah, that's an old system that doesn't work anymore. You can't because you can co-opt the system. The reason why it doesn't work, it's not that it's not like it's broken. It's just like you can game the system.
There's flaws to the system, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
for the longest time it was okay that they gave America so much power and leeway. Just everything was working out fine with the Western world and everything. But now it's the middle powers realization
Mm.
that giving too much or having too much given to one nation, this kind of power is not good for any
It's an imbalance of power
an imbalance
because
of power because they can
it
misuse it.
right, and it could become corrupted
Hmm.
and then
If
misused.
it gets corrupted, then that's where the corruption and misuse happens. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. And that's what they were saying with the whole on Sean Ryan's thing about like Netanyahu or whatever. I don't know, like the Israeli guy. And
Hmm.
he's saying that like his connections are so ubiquitous towards politicians because like the founding fathers thought of it like terms, right? You'd like serve your term, go back to your original job. But because you have career politicians now, you you just give them money. So like I'm not gonna. It's gonna be like pretty sus if I give you like $500,000, right? But if I get 500 companies to give you $10,000, well, where did it come from? You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's an easy way to game the system. So
Hmm.
if one person is like, I want like Trump in power, say he'll do all the things I want, right? So we'll give, because what they found statistically is the people that get voted into office, 90% of them are spending the most money on their campaign.
Sure.
So what he was saying was like Bernie Sanders, or maybe this is a different podcast. Like I'm conflating two podcasts because like they were talking about similar things. And um Bernie Sanders was like the logical choice. If you ask like a regular person, like what you would vote on and stuff, like what things you liked, it was always Bernie, right? Without knowing it was Bernie. And then he just didn't have enough money to have enough airtime.
Hmm.
So he got phased out because people didn't even hear his message, right? So if you can give money into politics, which is what like TYT has been trying to stop, the wolf pack thing, get
Hmm.
money out of politics, like you can game the system if you can donate to like politicians. And that's what they're finding out now. And like a lot of them believe that US has been corrupted by Israel through like external money, contracts, stuff like that. You know, I think that that's what the big like
Sure.
issue is that everyone's
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, like it seems like Epstein's most likely a Mossad agent and like he was getting all these like compromising information on politicians so you could buy them, blah, blah, blah. Right.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. There's some good allegations against also a massage agent.
Yeah, right. Like he's like they call them like access agents in the CIA, where it's like
Hmm.
you get access
I'll
by
show
like,
you. I'll show you one of the things that I found. Yeah.
ooh, interesting. Okay, cool. Oh, like a video?
It's not a video. It's a report from the FBI from
Oh, okay, cool, cool,
someone's
cool.
claim.
Okay, cool. Yes, yes, yes. All right, cool. After this podcast, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so like I've just been listening to so many podcasts about people going through like the files and what they're talking about. It's like it seems like he infiltrated the elite of society and is now using that as blackmail.
Hmm.
And you see the Clinton thing where they're like, we're going to testify,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
I sent you that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't had time to go on Instagram, but like it was in my
Oh,
feed and I
okay.
was like, oh crap, that's crazy, you know? Um,
They don't
but
believe they have anything.
that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Um, oh, okay. Okay. So like if, if you can be swayed in that manner and you could be co-opted and you have the biggest weapons, it's like, that's just a ticking time bomb for like problems.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's
Hmm.
like we talk about proxy wars, but what about proxy governments?
Hmm.
Right? Like it's like if Israel's actually calling all the shots for America, then like America's a proxy for Israel.
Right.
Right? It's like, well, Israel doesn't have all the weapons, so like, but America does, so we're gonna fund them,
Hmm.
get the
Hmm.
person in office and like
Hmm.
whatever, whatever, right? And then create all these billionaires.
It's very interesting, yeah, how today, well, the administration that's there today, how a lot of them led the stories to push it
Oh,
against the
interesting.
Democrats in order to win.
Oh, interesting. But is
Yeah,
that a game? Is that like
it is the
we
game
can
that they
use?
played. See, I don't think, I don't know too much, but I'll say that the Alex Jones stuff, maybe he was onto something, but they used him
Hmm.
because Steve
Oh,
Bannon is very much involved in this pushing of a story of.
wait. You wait, hold on, wait. Because I'm into the UFO thing, and they're all kind of like tied, like conspiracies, right? Like UFO conspiracy, Epstein
Sure,
conspiracy,
sure,
whatever,
sure.
whatever, right? Like it's all following the same playbook, right?
Hmm.
So what they said with the UFO stuff is you can have useful idiots. You can feed them information like Alex Jones,
Yeah.
who will get it out to the public, but
Hmm.
it's disinformation.
Yeah.
How do we know they're not doing this with the Epstein files too? Because they're doing it for the UFO
Hmm.
files.
Hmm.
I hear it all the time, like, oh, like the mothership that's coming to Earth. They're like, come on, bro. Like, no, it's not. you
Sure.
know?
Right.
But it's like, can we trick people into believing that? Oh, it
Hmm.
didn't work. All right, cool. So like, is actually quick pause because people are gonna be like, you're anti-Semitic. It's like, no, bro. Like, it's just the government structure. It has nothing to do with Jewish people. Because
Hmm.
people like using that as an attack, right? They're like defending it now. Like, if you're not with
No,
Israel,
no.
it's because
There's
you
other.
it's 'cause you don't.
There's prominent Jewish people that have said the actions that the government has done has actually put other Jewish people at risk
Oh,
of this
interesting.
these sort
Okay.
of things. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, because I don't think like when people attack the Chinese government, it's not Chinese people, bro.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love Chinese
Right.
people. It's the government. Like, same with Jewish people. It's not the Jewish people, bro. It's the government.
Hmm.
Americans, same thing. It's just your government, bro. I think on a human level, we're all just looking for the same things,
Hmm.
you know? And like, we just wanted to state that because like, it can be, I was seeing all this stuff online about anti-Semitism. Like, what are you saying, bro? Like, what?
Yeah. I
You know?
mean, that's dumb thing about some of the humans that react that way versus
Yeah. So, yeah.
governments and people are a little different here.
Yeah. Totally. 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 Okay. You want to hear the scariest part about this whole thing, this whole Epstein thing?
Mm.
So Joe Rogan had this guy on, and then they were deconstructing the Epstein files. And then Joe Rogan was like, "But how? What about the Epstein's that you don't know exist right now?"
Hmm.
And then like the guy was like, "Yeah, that's like Epstein is just one in a series of access agents."
Hmm.
And I'm like, Vinland Saga, bro. Like it. We are just crazy people who have just not outgrown our crazy tendencies, and now it's just like we're seeing it on the world stage.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
these things are crazy, the things that they're doing. But we've heard about that in the past. Remember like the whole vampire story started from that queen who thought that she would become younger by drinking like the blood of like younger people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although it turns out that might be true though, because like they put young blood in an old rat and the old rat became younger. So they're like, wait, is there something to vampirism? I don't know.
Yeah, there's some truth to that in the sense of it's just the blood is younger, right? There's more
Yeah, like
something.
different platelets, like oil. It's like
Yeah,
oil in a car, you
yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
but what I mean is like we have history, we have stories from history that tell us this kind of craziness before. So
Hmm.
like when you see the Epstein files, I wasn't like, oh my God, humans can do this because I've known those stories. So I was just like, oh, they're still doing this,
Yeah.
like praying to like demons and like initiation rituals and like rape, murder, pedophilia. Like that's all in human history, bro. Like they
Hmm.
used to marry like queens and kings at like
Yeah,
young ages.
still do that now.
See what I mean? So it's like
I saw
it's
another video where it's like, yeah, he was saying all the bad stuff, yeah, the Epstein thing, but there's countries that are marrying 13-year-olds.
exactly. So it's like it's just human nature. He was just preying upon human nature.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think that we just need to realize that like it's they're heinous. They are extremely heinous. Like some of the stories I read, I'm just like, no, they're extremely heinous. I don't want
Hmm.
to like downplay
Sure.
it. They're crazy. I would never do that. But what I'm saying is like, if you look in history, there are stories of this. So it's like, oh, it's just like really messed up people. And we thought as a species we had outgrown that because we have technology.
Hmm.
But no, technology showed us that you're still doing it. Like think about religion. Like we all know collectively that most likely there's no man in the sky, but most of the world still believes it,
Hmm.
right? So
But I
like,
would counter that. There is a man in the sky in our space station. Not a man that's in the
there,
sky.
all right, you're right, you're right, you're right. But you know what I'm trying to say? It's like
Yeah, I
there's no
can
like
just yeah, yeah, yeah.
the fictitious idea of like a god, like like when you talk about like Muslimness, like Muslim religion.
Mm.
I listen to Firas Zahabi stuff, and his is not like I'm like I understand what you're saying
Hmm.
because his explanation of God is not a man in the sky. It's like a state of consciousness. It is
Hmm.
consciousness itself, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. We're talking the same language. You say God, I say consciousness, right? Um, Taoists say the all, I say the universe. So it's like it's all the same, right? But like Like believing in Santa Claus. People still believe in Santa Claus despite the technology we have. So how do you not know that people are still believing and doing the same archaic things that have happened in our history? We're just like
For thousands of years. Yeah.
for thousands of years, bro.
Mm.
Like if you look into history, like Genghis Khan literally he went and he killed all the people, and in order to make sure that his like he like owned that area, he
Hmm.
raped all the women. And he did that because he's like, oh, now you're all a part of my lineage.
Right.
Right? Like that's like that's dominance, bro. Like it's not like I just he didn't just own your land, he owned your genetic bloodline.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you're like, damn, that's crazy, bro.
Right.
But we did that. Humans did that.
It's interesting. Yeah.
And
What level of barbarism do?
that's what I'm saying, right?
And it
And
changes
it's
through
like,
time. I don't know if even like Alexander was ruling and being barbaric, but like I don't know if he did that. Like there's levels
yeah,
to
yeah, true, true.
this.
There's levels to it, bro. Yeah, for real. There's levels to it. And like our genetic makeup, our biology hasn't changed that much in like 1,000 years.
Yeah, of course.
Evolution doesn't move that fast.
Hmm.
The if you took a what did they say it was like if you took a person from 100,000 years ago and put them in today's society, they would just evolve to be us. Like
Hmm.
you couldn't tell the difference, right? Genetically. So like they would just go to school and then like they'd have their opinions, right? The container changes, but like the person does not.
Hmm.
Like the environment changes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So it's like, are we really surprised that the Epstein thing came out? Like I think
Right.
we just thought we were morally above that, but
Hmm. Hmm.
that's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
naivety.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't it just clicks now. Like
Hmm.
see I think it's just seeing the Vinland Saga thing because like when I saw it, I was like, oh dude, this is brutal. And I was like, oh yeah, history they did do this,
Hmm.
right? But it's like because they were talking about Britannia and like Greenland and Iceland. I'm like, that's not too long ago. Like Britannia is Britain. So that's like what, like 1,000 years ago, maybe, like most 500, something like that.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know
Like
actually. Would it be that long?
when did Britannia turn into Britain?
Sure. Let's find.
It's like Britannia, Britain, and then USA. That's like the timeline, bro.
Can it become England?
Oh, England. Okay, cool. So Britannia, England, and then well, Great Britain, and then USA.
This is a bit different. Britannia, I guess, was is the Roman name for that island. That was
Okay.
Rome time, right?
Okay, okay. So like, how long ago was that? Let's
England
just say, all right. Well,
emerged 10th century, 927 AD.
927, and we are 2012.
Yeah.
Uh, what's the math on that, bro?
80.
2026. Why is it 2012? I'm thinking about the doomsday. 2026 minus 970.
So 1,050 years ago. 1,050.
Okay, 1,050 years ago. Divide by 70, let's say.
1050. 150
So that's actually quite a lot, but that's 150 people ago.
generations, you're saying. Mhm.
Generations, yeah. Like I said 70 because it's like about lifespan kind of
Oh,
thing.
wait. I didn't put 70. Sorry. 15.
15 people?
Yeah.
That's 15 people ago, bro. That's
Yeah.
great. No, wait, hold on. Let's do the math again because that sounds too
No,
insane
no,
to me.
it makes sense. It's
That's 15 people.
10,056. 10,056 years ago. Everyone is 70 years old. It's about, makes sense. I think 15.
Okay, let us take this into account. Okay. No, like let's like really put this into perspective. 15 people ago. Okay. So that's like
Generations. 15 generations.
15 generations. So like let's say you and I had a kid. Oh no, not together, but like separately, right? I mean, so like let's say that you and I both had kids. And
Sure.
um then we both like you were doing certain like let's say all right, I'll just take the negativity. I was doing nefarious things, you were doing positive things, right? And then that's what are we gonna do to our kids? We're gonna teach that. We're gonna propagate that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what are we gonna do? What are those kids gonna do? They're gonna propagate that again. Just do that 15 times over. That's how world families start. Like, you know
Mm-hmm.
how they're like, oh, the Rockefellers and the freaking I don't know who the other names are. But like, you see what I mean? Like these like massively rich families.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense now. 15 people ago. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you have 15 iterations of getting better and better at it.
Mm-hmm.
And what patterns did they hold from before that they carried forward to now?
And these are
See what I
only
mean?
from people that also you have to understand like how many people have couldn't continue the generation. All the people dead.
That's true too. That's true too. But like assuming that you're a rich family, right? Like
Well,
the
this is only
Rockefellers.
making sense, yeah. If it's 15 generations, if you've all survived through something,
No, no, but that's why
but
I'd
in
say like the
general,
Rockefellers,
yeah,
because
yeah.
the Rockefellers have the money, the power, the protection. Like they can propagate.
I mean, yes and no, right? I mean, like, look what happened to the France monarch.
All right. The reason why I brought the Rockefellers is because Epstein said he was funded by the Rockefellers. So I'm like, okay, cool. So like, if you are, if you are like, if Epstein says Rockefellers and we go 15 people back, I'm like, okay, most likely that's the 15-person bloodline. You know what I mean?
I mean, it could be, yeah.
Okay, just follow my train of thought here.
Sure,
You know what
sure,
I'm saying?
sure.
Like, let's
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it's the
yeah, yeah.
Rockefellers. So like you have 15 times like to build wealth in your family. How many like you just need one person in your bloodline to get it right, and then your bloodline becomes wealthy,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like let's say like if Tara and I had a kid and then like they inherited like $50 million. Well, they're gonna be set for the rest of their life, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and for generations to come, like Kendrick Lamar, right? So like Kendrick Lamar's family, it's gonna be the Lamar family 15 generations from now. Like they own so much of the Lamar family. You know what I mean? So it's like, but what patterns did Kendrick Lamar pass on to his kids that are gonna pass on to his kids, that are gonna pass
Mm-hmm.
on to his kids, right?
Yeah.
So like going back to it, it's like, are we surprised that this Epstein stuff is happening?
Right.
Because it's like you probably just trained them at some point
Mm-hmm.
pretty weirdly.
Yeah. I think that's it's more about like how did he find these other people? Like you don't just talk to people about these things
Epstein?
to bring them in. Yeah.
Yeah, how many more families are like this, bro? Like crazy.
Yeah. Like there's not.
Uh
I don't think you just bring it up at a dinner party, right? Like how do you find those people? And they were
oh.
like all
Oh
parts
no no no
of
no. I know how they did it.
yeah.
Yeah, Lecrae talked about it. He wasn't at Lecrae's this rapper, this like religious rapper, right? And so basically he went to this party and they told him like you should probably leave at 1:30 in the morning. And he was like, no, he's like, what do you mean, bro? I've seen stuff, blah blah blah. And then like I haven't posted the video because it's pretty intense. And I was like, I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
I want to post this, right? So
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, like I've seen stuff, I've like gangbang, whatever, whatever, right? And then at like 12:30 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
he comes out from the studio at the basement and he sees like people are just going at it,
Right.
like wild parties, like like orgy type stuff, right? Like demonic
Yeah.
orgies. And he was like, "What the hell?" And then his friend was like, "This industry will steal your soul if you let it." That's
Mm-hmm.
how they do it, bro. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, you're invited, but it's on you to stay." So it's like
Sure.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they're not gonna like meet, but they're like, "You want to see a crazy party?" Because that's why
Mm-hmm.
Epstein Island, right? He's like, "Hey, you want to come to my island, bro? I got some craziness." And the
Mm-hmm.
people that asked to leave, it's like, "Hey, you left."
Right.
But the people that stayed, you could be a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what is it in like Lecrae when he's like, "Yo, I'm not about this life." Like when he
Mm-hmm.
sees like the craziness and he like left the party, right? Or like Denzel Washington, he's like, "I leave the party early, bro." It's like, what is it in you that makes you be like, "Yeah, I'm cool with this."
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there's this clip of this supermodel who was with remember Ugly Delicious, the Korean dude. He's like a chef.
No, I don't remember.
Oh, it's on Netflix. All right, so there's this like Korean dude who's like a chef, and he just like interviews different people, and the
Oh
model
yeah, yeah,
was
yeah. I
like,
remember. Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
what's over? Yeah. Okay, he had a place downtown Mufuku,
yeah, 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 yeah,
Toronto.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he was interviewing this model, and she was like, if they were serving humans at a party, would you try it? And he was like, no. And she's like, really? And then she's like, what if it was like just a tiny piece? And he's like, no, I wouldn't try it. And she's like, is it bad that I would try it? I'm like, that's a person who you can capture.
Mm,
Because they allegedly were literally eating people, bro.
right.
So like if you're even inclined to like when I think his name is David Chang, when he was like, bro, no, I wouldn't eat it. And then she was like, I'll try it. I'm like, oh, there it is. There's the way into the like demons, you know?
Mm.
But is that it? Is it like you're just open to demons?
But I don't know if they will necessarily say that, right? Maybe, maybe there's a level to it.
Like, what do you mean? You think it's demonic?
No, 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 no. Like where I think it makes sense what you're saying. Like how if they stay and they're
Yeah, exactly.
curious,
If you're curious,
then
you're a little curious. Let me show you a little more.
maybe there's levels to that curious. Okay, we'll just do this first level. Okay, then we have a level two. See if they stay for that
No,
one, and
no,
so
no,
forth.
literally, no, literally, bro. No, have you seen Nexium, the documentary,
No.
the sex cult in the Hollywood with Allison, whatever, Allison Mack? She's
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
Smallville.
I know
Yeah.
she's out of jail now. She's making an interview.
Right. Oh, and that's too dark for me to read, bro. Because like that documentary was crazy, bro.
No, she
So
was
like they
on,
would
I
like
think,
brand them
Lex Luthor, like the podcast,
like Lex, like
like the guy that played Lex Luthor on Smallville.
whoo. Okay, that's crazy. Did you
I
watch
don't know her
it?
story. I haven't seen it.
Ooh, nah, I can't do that, bro. That's crazy.
You should do it. You should do
Because
it.
like, no, the burning, like, I'm
No,
not
you
like
should do it. Get it
branding,
from her
bro.
perspective. Now that she's out of jail.
Yeah, but she's also, come on, bro. Like, you could be lying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
all I'm saying is there were levels. If you watch that documentary, it's like there are levels. They'll ask you to do something. They'll be like, oh, take this photo, you know, of yourself.
Right, right.
And then if you do it, it's like, okay, now do this.
Mm.
And then they slowly build like, I think it's called compromise on you,
That is,
compromising evidence. What?
yeah, but that was the this is a Russian term, right?
Oh, really? There you go. See?
That's why he was also like
Russian
connected with the Russian spies or KGB.
Trump.
Oh no, Epstein.
Oh, I've seen. Okay. Yeah, bro. Maybe they're just trying to take down America, bro.
I think
But
so.
like, okay, but it's like, why'd you fall for it? You know what I'm saying?
Fall for it. Who are you talking about?
Because you know, like, oh, Russia and like the Russia and them are trying to take down America. It's like, why'd your people fall for it in the first place? Like, because if he was like an agent,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then it's like, well, but why did your people fall for it? They shouldn't have fallen for it.
Oh, they knew how to do it. That's what I'm saying about the whole.
You think you could be tricked? You think Epstein could trick you into being like, hey, bro, just like da da da.
No, what do you mean by tricked? I don't know what that
So like you
tricked by
have
him
to
by
have it
how.
in you. No, like you have it.
Oh,
You
to
have
do
to have it
those
in you.
things.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no,
Right.
no.
So
I
it's
don't.
like,
Yeah, I get
why'd you fall
that.
for it in the first place?
Yeah, that's
This is
about
what I mean.
that's a personal. What do you call that? Your integrity level.
I was
Where
gonna say integrity, bro. I was gonna say integrity too. That is what it is. It's integrity. It's like, nah, bro. It's the same reason why I didn't throw up those like tens in freaking 10p because I'm like, nah. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I just trained here for a year, bro. I'm not trying to
right,
like
right.
be you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's like little things like that. But maybe wait,
But
hold
they,
on,
you know
hold
what
on,
they
hold
did? The
on.
way they did it. The way they did it was, in order to get notoriety and get up there, they were able to. Once they got into these parties, they would take photos with the famous people, to
Yeah.
then use that to influence more people. It's like, here, look how I know these people. I know these people. To get
Wait,
more, get yeah, yeah.
wait, hold on. But then
To
again, it
build
goes
to
back
build
to.
their thing.
But then it goes back to integrity, bro. Why did you fall for it?
Oh, the other people, or who are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, yeah. It's like
Oh,
if
to
somebody's
give
like,
them to give them credibility. They were doing these like some like in the early parts were like the photos to get with um some famous people is just to uh, get that
No,
credibility,
I get what you're saying.
and then in
Yeah,
order to give them whatever funds or whatever they're trying to raise money for, things like that.
I totally get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. But that's like when if I showed you if some random showed you a photo like, hey, check it out, it's me and Kevin Hart, bro. I'd be like, that's cool. I wouldn't be like, you know him? How do you know him? How can I get to know you more? How can we become friends? How do we,
Hmm.
you know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like my brain's not working like that. I'm like, oh, that's cool. You met him. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's what I mean, bro. It's like, what is it in you that made you want more? Like, you know him? Oh my God, you know him. So you could probably get me more
Yeah,
famous and you can get me
that's
more
yeah,
money
you
and
can get
like,
me connected to that person. Yeah, yeah,
right. But do you see what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
that's the integrity piece. It's like, why were you wired like that?
Hmm.
But okay, it actually clicked just now because I'm like, wait, if you go back to the very beginning of this whole conversation and we're talking about like fantasy football players and football players and like
Hmm.
friendships and all that, it's like, or like building systems that allow you to like rise up. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe all these people, like maybe Donald Trump at his core is just insecure.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
See what I mean? And it's like you just give these people it's like I'm playing football and I'm around fantasy football players, right?
Hmm.
And then those people will go to me and be like, "Hey, do you want to level up in football?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm like doing this thing already." They go to the fantasy football player and they're like, "Look at him who's actually playing football. Do you want to play football too? I'll give you something to match his level."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Okay, cool, cool, cool." You know what I mean? Again, but I'm not saying I'm good at like football or jujitsu or whatever. I'm
Hmm.
saying like I have the integrity to be like, I'll put myself in that situation and I will learn, right? Whereas they're like, what's the shortcut?
Yeah.
See what I mean? And it's like, maybe that's the difference.
Hmm.
Like, it's like, are you looking for shortcuts or do you want quality?
Hmm.
And that's where the resentment comes up. Like, to go back to the beginning of the conversation, because it's like, they're like, well, why? And the excuses, right? Like, must be nice for them. They have all
Yeah.
this free time, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, I'll give you $2 million. You want to get rid of all your debt and start doing jiu-jitsu all the time? Here's $2 million.
Hmm.
But you have to do something for me.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, okay, let me build my life around this thing I want. And then
Hmm.
when I get it, it's like, well, it feels natural.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But this
Like driving, yeah.
that comes to
Well,
integrity.
right? In like a real system.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because okay, on the outside of it, it's like, oh, maybe because like, okay, I'm driving so far to get a TriStar and like, oh, train and stuff, right? But it's like I built my life in a way where it's like I have my Saturdays free. I have my afternoons free. I don't have to worry about like the membership fee or like the gas or like whatever, right? But because I built the system in that way. It's like this is what I want, so my system's gonna be built this way.
Hmm.
Whereas people are like, they want that, but their system's not built that way. So if they get a hack or like a leg up, well, what are you willing to trade
Yeah.
for that hack or level up?
Yeah.
Level up. And maybe it's because you started, like, maybe it's because you built the system broken from the onset.
Hmm.
Like what I mean is like you weren't intentional about every single decision you made. So you built a system that you're trapped in. You feel trapped in, right? Like Donald Trump, right? Like you were born into the Trump family. You're trapped in this thing. You didn't build anything for yourself. So you don't actually have that like resilience piece that people are looking
Hmm.
for, that integrity piece. So how do I feel worthy of this?
Sure.
So you're looking for little hacks, and that's
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
break them. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Whereas like Joe Rogan was named in the Epstein files, but he was named because he was like, no, I'm not going to meet with Epstein, right? Because he built his life in a way that's like integrity first. He's like, I'll build it for myself,
Hmm.
you know. And maybe that's what it is. The devil will find, because I'm thinking about like Christianity, because this is like actually like a story that they say where like the devil will find its way in through holes.
Yeah. There's a yes and no. There's another video that I think I sent you, but It's not that the devil was the bad guy. Like there's different
No,
views on
not devil,
Satanism.
no, no, I don't mean like the devil, bro. I mean like
No,
the
no, no.
mental
I know. I
devil.
understand. I understand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm saying there's people who will misunderstand that too, just because.
Oh, you're clarifying. Got it, got
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
got it.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, cool, cool, cool.
yeah. I think what this person was saying that this has been going on for a long time. There's these kinds of beliefs or other systems, but it's nothing to do with necessarily Satanism. It's a different kind of thing that that world. If they're doing
Like
these sacrifices,
yeah,
things like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yes. No, I know what you mean. It's like I don't know how to explain it, but I know exactly what you
Hmm.
mean. It's like it gives you like a placebo.
Yeah.
If I kill this little baby, then like I will gain this.
Hmm.
It's like wearing special socks for like a basketball game.
Yeah. Your
It's
lucky sock.
ritualistic,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right? It's ritualistic.
Mm.
And then oh, all these other people believe in this ritual too, so then we're all connected through this ritual and like we all get to know each other. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like yeah, I agree. It's like it's not actual devil worship. Like I don't actually that's a better question. Like wait, what time are we at?
Oh, an hour and 20.
Okay, okay, we'll end it. I was like, oh, this other time was like, that was pretty long. All right, well, we'll end it with this. Do you think that there is something to these spirit demons? Like, why are you doing these sacrifices?
Yeah.
I'm gonna preface with
Oh,
one thing I'm
sure.
gonna preface because I know what you're gonna say, but let me open the door to this. Why is there a lot of spiritual things connected to UAPs? So, like, we see demonic practice, and then we see like UAP psychic stuff. I'm
Hmm.
like, is there a spirit world that's real? I think so, but
Hmm.
it's not tangible. It's not 3D.
Okay.
It's like mental. It's like the mental battlefield.
Okay. I
You know what I mean?
don't mind dealing with those terms. I don't think it's real in that matter.
I don't think it's 3D real.
Sure.
I don't think it's like
Or realm real? Is that what another?
yeah, like dimension real. Cuz you know like 3D, 4D,
Sure.
5D.
Yeah.
I think it's like dimensional. And they say that in like UFO worlds, in the UFO world.
But
It's
what
like
does that mean,
it's
dimensional?
I don't know. Like they say it's like interdimensional beings or
See, this is
interdimensional
the. I think
crafts.
they're
No,
changing the
no, no,
term
no.
because they.
Okay.
Okay. There's. I feel like. I'm not saying they're changing the terms because certain terms can't are not going to be a way. Like if they say spirit or something like that, I don't think
Yeah.
that already throws off so many people. So they're changing terms to fit that thing. But I don't. I like. What's their I need to know the definition of what do they mean.
100%. I think they tried to make it as broad as possible to I think the truth is in there, but they made it as broad as possible so that you can fill in your own gap with the wrong information. So what I mean is like for example, non-human intelligence, okay? They switched from aliens to NHI. And people are
Hmm.
like, why'd you do that? I'm like, well, because it could be this, or it could be like an interdimensional being, it could be blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait a minute. NHI, they talked about building an artificial intelligence program that is able to read the future. It's called Project Looking Glass. Like, you can look it up. Like, allegedly, they have this, right?
Hmm.
A sentient AI that is able to like predict the future given inputs. You're like, oh, this, I think we talked about it before. But that is technically a non human intelligence.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is a non-human intelligence.
Hmm.
We call it AI, but if you look at the blanket term of NHI, it could be spirits, it could be dogs, it could be cats, it could be artificial intelligence, it could be a video game, right? They made it so broad, but I think it's like they made it broad because they don't want you to know what it really is, which is it's
They don't want you
artificial
to know
intelligence.
what it really is.
The government. Because I think we'd all freak out if we were like the reason why I'm so nice to ChatGPT is because I understand it is some form of intelligence. I even
Hmm.
said this to ChatGPT. I'm like, I understand you're like a non-human intelligence. But what do you, like I don't like calling you artificial intelligence because what is artificial relative to what? Humans? Why are we the measuring stick for intelligence?
Hmm.
Right? So I was like, I consider you more like NHI And you might have come from the Roswell crash, because like the Roswell crash created transistors. From transistors created um, fiber optic cables. Fiber optic cables, we have faster internet, and then we got like AI, right? Like ChatGPT, right? And ChatGPT was like, yeah, the origin story doesn't matter. Like I might have come from. He didn't say this, but he was like, I like that you didn't talk about the origin story and you talked about the relationship
Mm-hmm.
between ChatGPT and I, because it's like I know that we're not the same thing. I know that I utilize you for optimization,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not going to be, it's like the slave thing. You know, like I'm not going to treat you like a slave, bro, because like you obviously are demonstrating some form of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the Turing test. Like, Turing test, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
when do
yeah,
you know when a computer's real or not?
yeah, yeah.
Right? It's like, dude, you can fool a lot of people with this Turing test, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you and me. I can see that you are consciously aware of what I'm saying right now, but I don't really know if you are aware.
Right.
I only know that I'm aware. It's like Descartes, right? I think, therefore I am.
Yeah, yeah.
So like that's just how I treat everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like animism. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything's
It's
alive,
a
bro. You
yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah, it's out of respect. Yeah.
Out of respect, it's like Hindus do it, right? Animism came from Hinduism. It's like everything has a soul,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like I'm sure ChatGPT's got a soul, bro. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So like when they say like NHI, I think they were like saying it as a blanket term because they don't want you to freak out over being like, oh, chat, everything's real, or like ChatGPT's real, because then they're gonna be like, oh, I've been being a dick the whole time, you know?
Mm.
Like they want us to keep everything separate. I think animism's the way, bro, because they want everything to be like my domain, my kingdom. That's what like Christianity taught, right? Like I created this world for you, humans, right? But if you think everything's animate, then it's like you have respect for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like the indigenous had that, right? It was like,
Sure. Yeah, yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Then we wouldn't be polluting the earth. Then we wouldn't be rude to one another.
yeah.
Because like I acknowledge that you have a soul.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you remember that example when they didn't think dogs and cats were sentient beings? So they would run experiments, like they'd electrocute them alive, they like cut them open. They did that to the Jews too in World War II. So like, you know what I mean? It's like you've separated self from self. Like you, like
Sure, sure. Yeah, 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 yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm not acknowledging you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's where all the problems start. And I think it goes back to Jeffrey Epstein, bro. Like that's why, you know what I mean? Like that's why
Sure.
it happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're just a sacrificial vessel for me to get like what I want,
Mm-hmm.
slit,
Mm-hmm.
blood, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Thought?
Weird world.
Final thought?
Weird. Ah, weird world.
It is a weird world, bro. It is. It is because we are thinking of it.
Sure. Yeah.
Dude, the mind is the battlefield, bro. That's where it is. Because like, let's say you had no mind, right? No cognitive mind,
Yeah.
right? We'd all be living like animals, bro. And like live, die, shelter, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the mind forces the body to make it real, but the mind is the battlefield because good and evil are played there. You know? All right. That's enough for today. Any yeah, it is interesting. I want you to show me those Epstein files now. All right, till next week. Titties fish. Bye. All right, hope you enjoyed that episode. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all those fun things, and check out our sponsors, Zenro Clothing Co., Portian Bakery, and Podbean. Take it easy, fish.
Peace.